One of the things that they want to do moving forward is increase the ways officers can deny naturalization applications because of bad character. None of this has gone into effect yet, but there have been rumors that they are considering looking at community engagement, contributions. USCIS is going to try to make the naturalization process much harder and give USCIS officers way more tools that they could use to deny applicants citizenship. Joseph Edlow is the new USCIS director, and he has said that he wants to see the naturalization test become much harder because he thinks it's way too easy, and he wants to see more of an inquiry into a person's character. The good moral character requirement when you apply for naturalization says that you must be a person of good character for 5 years before you submit your naturalization application. Unless you qualify for one of the exceptions, you want to apply for citizenship through marriage, in which case you just need to show 3 years of good character. Up until now, good character pretty much just means no major problems, no major criminal history, or things like that, which could show that you have bad character. One of the things that the Trump administration did during the last presidency, during Trump 1.0, was made it so that if you failed to update your address with USCIS within 10 days of moving, that might be considered to be a bad character event. And so you wouldn't be eligible for naturalization if you failed to do that within the last 3 to 5 years, for example. One of the things that they want to do moving forward is increase the ways officers can deny naturalization applications because of bad character. None of this has gone into effect yet, but there have been rumors that they are considering looking at community engagement, contributions, like language proficiency, and other factors to determine whether you are a person of good character within the 3 to 5 year period before applying for naturalization. This is just going to basically be a way that USCIS officers can deny applications for people who are otherwise totally eligible for citizenship. When it comes to the naturalization test, the civics and history test, Edlow said that he wants to see a harder test implemented. He wants to see more possible questions that can be asked and more questions that need to be answered by the applicant. So right now, there are a total of 100 possible questions, and then the USCIS officer will typically verbally ask you 10 of those questions at your naturalization interview, and you need to get 6 of them correct. So it's a pretty low bar, and the questions are pretty easy. Most people could pass this test after just practicing the questions a few times. Edlow wants to see a bigger total group of questions that they could pick from, and he wants applicants to answer 20 of the questions. And he wants applicants to go to a standardized testing center where they would kind of fill it out on a computer or a Scantron, something like that, where it's super standardized, and then the USCIS officer gets the results before you attend any follow-up naturalization interview. Additionally, and this is the most shocking part of all of this, is Edlow would like to see an essay portion to the naturalization test. So I know a lot of people who've applied for naturalization, and I would say 50% of them barely speak English well enough. And by well enough, I mean they're at 80 to 90% fluency. So they could totally speak English well enough to carry on a conversation, but they might not meet the standard that USCIS implements depending on the officer you get. If the officer who you're speaking to has a thick accent, or they're from a different part of the United States, and you grew up practicing a very specific dialect of English, you might have trouble at that naturalization test. But now add an essay portion to it, and someone who might have been able to carry on a conversation to 90% proficiency is probably going to struggle. For example, my own mother speaks English very well. She could probably pass at 90% proficiency. She would easily pass a naturalization verbal test. But if you ask her to write an essay answer, it would be a disaster. So I think that if they change the naturalization requirements to require an essay, a written essay portion, I think the number of people who are gonna be approved is gonna dramatically reduce. I've said this in other videos, and I'm gonna just repeat it now for anyone who hasn't seen my other videos. If you qualify for naturalization today, I would apply today or wait until the Trump administration is out of power and just hope that the next presidential administration is more favorable towards immigrants, because I don't think the naturalization test is going to get any easier than it is today in the foreseeable future. I spoke with an immigration officer a few months ago in March who indicated that he recommends all of my clients who are eligible for naturalization apply immediately, because he's getting all sorts of emails and informal guidance regarding changes that he's expecting down the pipeline. So if you qualify for naturalization, apply today. If you're not sure whether you qualify or whether you have a strong application, because there's a lot of misinformation on this. I've seen a lot of people with strong applications consider withdrawing their application because they're afraid of getting detained or whatever. If you're not sure, schedule a consultation with me. I would love to speak to you and tell you whether or not you should submit a naturalization application right now, because you might qualify now. The same person who might qualify now might not qualify a year from now once USCIS begins implementing all these changes to make the naturalization process more difficult. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you want to stay up to date on changes to USCIS policy directly from an immigration attorney's perspective, be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to schedule a consultation directly with me, Pouyan Darian, you can find the booking link in the video description below. It takes 5 minutes to schedule a consultation. I handle these cases nationwide, and I would love to speak to you about your case. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for another video.